Hello again, it's Monsterforge here, and wanted to share a little bit of behind the scenes video with you guys. As you know, or some of you may know, if you don't know, you're about to know. I make custom action figures or figurines, and I have a particular line that I like to do called Stupid Force. And it all started out with finding cheap broken toys at thrift stores and garage sales, yard sales, flea markets, stuff like that, and putting the pieces together and kind of making new things out of them. So kind of giving new life to broken toys. Because honestly, sometimes I feel like a broken toy. Anyway, so it's fun to make stuff. This is what I do whenever I'm not working. I have another job, but this is what I love to do. The other job is to pay bills and take care of stuff. This job is what I love to do, and I've been making toys, ever since I was a little kid. Couldn't afford the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, so I made one out of cardboard. And I wish I still had it, But anyway, that aside, I just wanted to give you, I'm about to start painting. And this figure, I've shown him before in videos. And he is kind of a cyborg dog creature thing. And to give you a little idea of what I do, I wanted to show you some of these guys in progress. He's not done, and he's a little dusty from probably from dremeling Sculpey or plastic or whatever. This where I work is always dusty as all get out because of the drilling and sanding that I do. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys what these toys look like before I paint them. And I've shown that before, but this is kind of a big batch I've been working on, and I haven't been able to work on stuff like putting out a bunch of these guys each week. It's been, with the job that I have now, I only have a few days a week that I can work on it, along with other stuff I have to do, like having a life. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys, the head is from a dog toy, obviously, but it was from a Leonard alien figure. It was the alien from Alien 3 that came out of the dog in the movie. This is the dog. It actually came with the Rottweiler figure. The body is from one of those, was it Monsterpocalypse miniatures? The arms are from these cheapo, value store robots. The claw is from some Chap May figure. The gun is a couple of different things put together. The backpack is, once again, it's several things cobbled together. I think it's like a tripod gun from a Star Wars toy with other parts added to it. And he's just like, I had been painting this guy and I had to stop for something else, but he's on the block now to be painted. I'm about to start the painting process. So I was going to show you some of these guys and give you a little idea of what's going on here. This is the power couple here. These are figures from that Encanto, I think is the name of the movie. I can't remember. It's a Disney or Pixar movie, but with dinosaur heads. And I just thought they were cute. I thought they'd make a good couple. This little guy is, and once again, none of these guys are painted yet. I'm going to paint them. I'll have them painted up kind of like this guy. I'll give them their own colors. I'll give them their own style and everything. But yeah, this guy is one I made a while back. I'm gonna put all of these figures up in my store, and I'll let everybody know where you can find these if anybody wants to own any of these figures. But that's what they look like, or that's just an example of what they can look like after they're painted. Yeah, this is just a little kind of a space dinosaur guy with his flamethrower gun. And you can see in this stage, it's like these are the colors of the original toy. This is like a computer device from a Buzz Lightyear figure, and this was a Fortnite figure, and I put two different guns together, gave it a hose to go to the backpack, put part of a helmet with the little antenna there, and a head from a Dollar Tree dinosaur figure, Jurassic Park. And I just thought it was fun, and that's the thing. Everything I make here is just for fun. That's just kind of horrific. Once again, just parts, and I don't know. I don't even know right now what color these things are going to be. That's kind of, it kind of happens intuitively. I'll start and decide as I go. Thought it would be kind of funny if this guy is contemplating eating the rat. Fun. Optimus Mommy. Yeah, that's fun. These guys are having a little bit of a competition to see who is the most powerful flatulator. Is that a word? Flatulator? I don't know. Flatulator. But yeah, seems like a bad time to me, you know? That doesn't seem like Joker is having a good time, but the Hulk is kind of how I would feel at a moment like that. So, let's see. This guy, he's a Lovecraftian protester. He's going to have a sign here that says something. I was thinking like, you know, make R'lyeh great again or something. I don't know. Lovecraft for president. Something like that. I haven't decided yet. Then there's this awful thing. He just seems like a fun time. Yep. Let's see what else. I showed this guy before. This one's one of the few right now that I've sculpted a part on it, and I sculpted the head. And he's a lovely boy. He has dreams and aspirations. And gingivitis. You know, just pieces and parts from different things. And you can see all the different colors on them because they haven't been painted yet. They'll be a little bit more, you know, their own thing when I'm done painting. This guy again. I showed him before too. Just a fun guy with his pickaxe arm. Got to drill out those barrel holes. Of course, I used a stinkor head because I didn't have a merman head, but we want to take, let's see, let me get the thing. Oh, there you go. Got the little hula skirt going. Figured merman would be kind of fun at a beach blanket bingo. Well, if you've got jets on, you can never be caught in a trap. Let's see. This guy just seemed like a cool guy to put together. It all started with the head. I got this little mini figure. It's like a fish guy, and he had that head, and everything else came from the head. I just kept adding parts, and that's kind of what I do. Like, I'll find something that I like a part, and it's like, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? And I just keep adding until it just feels right. It just feels right. Oh, I see something I got to do. I got to drill out that barrel. Fail. This guy, he's actually, he's articulated. This one, I want to keep this one with all his articulation. He comes off of his base, so he's got all of his articulation. He can, his weapons can come in and out of his hands. Did I do that with the, no, that's glued in place. But he'll be all painted up. I I just think he looks really cool. Yep. And he was a Star Wars figure that I actually reviewed on the channel. He was the fifth brother, I think. I can't remember. But he's something different now. I just, what really put it all together, like I was putting him together and I had all these parts on him and everything and didn't have a head. And I have a head box. That sounds really weird, but I have a box full of heads. And that head was in there. I think it's from like an Armada Transformer or something like that. I can't remember his name. But I made him a base, and it's always hard to do on camera, precise things. But he's got a base, so he will stand on his own. And I think he can... Well, the backpack's pretty heavy, and the table's slanted too, so... But yeah, he can stand on his own. A little bit of leaning forward helps with that. But yeah, that's that guy. And I don't ever give them names until they're done. Like I'll have like these nebulous names in my head. Oh yeah, let me show you a little bit more behind the scenes stuff. This is the box of heads. There's nothing in there but heads, unless I messed up and something else got in there. Yeah, I don't want to tip it too far. But that's kind of what I do. I have different body parts in different bins. You're in the wrong bin. Flame on. Anyway, yeah, you know, I have all kind of heads. Hello. In here. And I just... That's the head is where everything just comes together on a figure. I sometimes I start with the head and say, okay, what kind of body does this guy need? But a lot of times I work on the body and then it's like, oh, I need a head for this. And you know, that's kind of where it goes there. If you know who this is supposed to be, you get extra points. Comment below of what this cursed figure is going to be. Yeah. Anyway, so this is another one of the figures I'm working on for like a proxy figure for tabletop gaming. And this guy would be like a big dude on a game board. And, you know, like he would be this size to a human-sized figure. But he's cobbled together from... God, I don't even know if I could go through the names of all the stuff that's on him. I mean, he's got even like the little nozzle here for his tubes and all. They're from a different figure that I cut out and embedded in there. And the head or the cockpit, whatever. You know, like I like leaving this up to whoever purchases this. You get to make up the rules about this thing. And that's what everything I make is like, you get to make up the rules about it. So that guy would be, you know, and he could just be like a figure you want to sit on your shelf. Like if you're not into gaming and stuff and just be like, oh yeah, cool. He's a cool figure. But I make stuff because it's fun and I hope people enjoy it. I mean, even if people don't buy the figures or whatever, I hope you enjoy them and you can enjoy them through the video too. This guy was a lot of fun. It all started with the dinosaur itself. It's some velociraptor type critter. I'm not a dinosaur expert, so I don't know the names. It had feathers on it. And I kind of thought it looked like kind of feathery and kind of furry at the same time. So the wolf head came along. I think it's like a Fortnite wolf guy. Thanks Keith for the wolf. This is where he went. Hey, Keith. And the other parts just kind of came together. Like as I'm working on it, I work intuitively, so things just kind of fit where they are. And once again, you know, this guy I'll be painting this guy and everything else over the next coming weeks. Let's see. This one's not quite done, but he's getting there. And this is... I kind of imagine him like a really like technoed out Sith Lord. And I think I showed him, I showed like the video where I was showing the trash find stuff. The arm here, he's got attachments. Like, I know Jedi are not supposed to form attachments, but he's not a Jedi. He's a Sith. He's got a claw, and you can store the parts on his hip. He's got like a little thing on his hip where you can store the extra parts. But he's all articulated up. And it's that Hero Mashers. I think it's called Hero Mashers. Some kind of Mashers. Megatron head. But I've altered him enough to where, you know, and once he's painted, it won't look so much like Megatron. And he has a lightsaber. I like the idea of the older Jedi that had the lightsabers with the battery packs and stuff like that, and a little bit more primitive. And I just think this guy, like, he's the contrast between the technoed up dude and a little bit more primitive lightsaber appealed to me. But yeah, and he comes off his stand. He's fully posable, and I want to keep him that way. Some figures I want them to be more like little statues, and some of them I have articulation on them. And this guy, because, you know, if he's going to be in somebody's Star Wars Black Series collection, you want him to be able to be posable, because that's kind of the feature of those guys. And the last one, I think it's the last one. Well, I also wanted to show you, this is one that I'm working on for somebody's commission. This is going to be the next stage for all of these guys, is a base coat, kind of a primer and base coat in one. And that's where you start. If you want to go from a darker, like to build up with dry brushing a finish to bring out the details, you would start with black, or in this case, it's like a really dark gray. And I'm going to build him up to like a red and have some green on him and stuff like that. But that's a commission for somebody trying to wrap up some commissions I've been working on forever. Sorry about that. Life kind of finds a way to get in my way. But yeah, I think this is the last guy right here. This is a Masters of the Universe figure. As you can see, oh, he comes off of his stand too. And the stand is just the top of a lid for one of those blind box toys. But this guy, you can see underneath all of that, like before he's painted, you can see that's Prince Adam under there. His white shirt and his little fancy pants. Yep. And he's got all kind of stuff added to him. And he's articulated. The legs aren't articulated. I like to, with the vintage Masters of the Universe figures, because they got that band thing going on. I like to just freeze the legs so they're glued in place. And so he stays like that, but his arms are articulated. He doesn't have the, sorry, I know that camera work's driving people nuts. Be still. Be still. He doesn't have the springy waist, but he's got a waist that turns, kind of holds position, which is nice for posing, because with the Masters of the Universe figures, whenever you turn them like this, the spring brings them right back to the middle. But, you know, if you have this one, he can kind of pose and stay. But his neck is on a ball joint, so he can look all around the place. I figured he was like some kind of cyborg, kind of like a bounty hunter type guy. I don't know. That's another thing, is like I like to leave that up to people. You know, if somebody owns this thing, they can be like, okay, well, this guy, no, he's a futuristic surgeon or something. But yeah, I want him to be kind of robot-y and, you know, kind of 50s science fiction creature. It'd be kind of cool if, like, the body was harvested from an Eternian, you know, because it has that Eternian build, the Masters Universe build, and really it's like a little alien guy is inside here piloting this flesh machine. That'd be kind of cool. But whatever, you know, whoever owns this can make up the story they want, and I like that. I like leaving it open-ended like that. I'll probably give him a name, but you know what? It's not going to hurt my feelings if somebody changes his name. But he's got another point of articulation he has is at the wrist, because whoop, this is an exchangeable part, and he has a sword. It fits on there, and it's also, you can turn it like that, and you can also, I don't know if that works or not. I haven't tried that. Yeah, it can actually spin around. It doesn't, it's not really supposed to fit on there. That's supposed to hook on here. And also, he has this. Once again, you see that Buzz Lightyear computer thing comes in handy. Thanks, Keith. He has a cannon, a hand cannon, and I actually remembered to drill out the barrels on this one, so, or the main barrel. The other stuff is photoreceptors or something like that. Maybe a concussion cannon. I don't know. I'm making this crap up as I go along. And all of the parts have a peg, so they can be, when you're using one of the arms or one of the hands, this stuff can store on the back. And that, you know, I can't take much credit for that idea because it was done in, you know, what, 1984 or whatever, whenever Trapjaw came out, because he had the belt for his different hands. And then the bat from G.I. Joe, its different hands were, you could store it on the backpack. So it's not an original idea. I would like to keep this silver part in the final version, and you can see under there how it works. That's just a Lego piece in there. But I thought it looked really cool as a joint, kind of a universal joint in there. But I want to keep some of this chromy silver on the final paint job because I just think it looks really cool. But it's going to be dingied up some, so the silver will shine through grime. But yeah, that's just kind of a look behind the curtain. I kind of want to show you guys the last thing, but I gotta leave some surprises for everybody. There's something I'm working on. Ooh, what is that over there? There's something I'm working on that's kind of big, and it deserves its own video. And I'm gonna do like a before and after for that one. But anyway, I just figured you guys would like kind of a, I'm trying to see if there's anything else around that I wanted to show anybody. No, nothing else that I'm really working on right now. This is going to be the focus for now. I'm done with the I go through stages where I work on all of these figures and, or like a batch like this. Sorry, I had to hydrate. But I go through stages where I'm working on things and I do all of the construction. And then when I hit a point where it's like, okay, I'm done constructing things. Now it's time to paint. And so I get everything to the point. Oh yeah, here's one more guy. I've got a guy that I've got to finish. I got to bake one part for him. But I already named this guy. It's the Dookie Monster. But yeah, this part right here it's sculpted, but it's not baked. So I'll get that off of his hand, and that's disgusting. Hope you like it. Anyway, that's where I am right now. There'll be more videos coming out with toys and such and all, but I just figure you guys would like behind the scenes look at what goes into making the stuff that I make, which is my main focus. This channel, I want it to be a fun channel where people can go and look at fun things they might not have ever seen, or they see toys that are cheap that they would like to have, and I've found them in places. I like to share that information. But yeah, this is just a little bit of sharing of my toys, not toys that, you know, other people are making. These are toys that I'm making, and, you know, out of other people's toys. That kind of interesting. Anyway, hope you had fun. I did. And I love you guys, and everybody be safe and careful, and be nice to somebody today, because it's free and the rewards are much greater than the effort put in. Bye-bye.